Yeah, good morning. You're welcome to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. And this is the first of the week. Today is Tuesday. I have Captain Blade in the studios. Of course, the theme of what we are going to talk about is what next. That's what next. Very quickly, tomorrow is Wednesday. We're going to have Diabomi. Kelvin is going to be in the house. Kelvin is going to be in the house tomorrow for Diabomi. And on Thursday, we're going to have some kids. It's Children's Day, so we're going to have a field day with the kids. You just sit back and enjoy yourselves on Thursday. And on Friday, we're going to have an official of the Lagos State government to talk about the latest development in the fight against domestic violence. Mrs. Titi Vival will be here and she'll be able to give us the development. So we'll have a whole package for you this week. Let's get down to business. When you're with Captain Blade, you can't afford to waste any minute because 1 hour is never enough. And let me explain. Someone said that every time you have a security challenge, you call Captain Blade. I have no apologies for that. Because in the realm of those who make themselves available to talk security, I'm not saying it because he's here. He's the only one who's ever wowed me. He's the only one who is ever giving me perspectives that actually do set me thinking. So that's it. If tomorrow there's a security issue, I'll call him again. Same way you call your doctor, you call your lawyer, you call your... He's my security person. Even that, I don't pay him. I thank you for your free services.
Thank you, sir.
Now that we've done that, first of all, my condolences to Nigeria.
Amen. Amen.
And to the Nigerian army.
Thank you.
And to you especially, because I know you lost about 3 colleagues.
Yes, indeed.
In that accident. Would you call it an accident?
Well, I'll call it a disaster.
A disaster, yes.
Yes, it was a disaster.
Could it have been a disaster waiting to happen?
It all depends, but then there are questions. It all depends, but then there are questions, and these questions continue to bug one. And as they seem to bug one,
yes,
the perception that they were waiting to happen becomes stronger. Every accident actually is waiting to happen. It's just a matter of our propensity to provoke the unexpected. When I say provoke the unexpected, you know what I mean when you say the unexpected has happened. But then in this country, all through my 4 decades plus of life, I have seen accidents being provoked on the streets. I have seen accidents being virtually wooed into happening. What do I mean? Safety. Safety has always been an issue with us. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we do not agree, but it does not change the end result.
In specific terms, what are the things that are crossing your mind as far as that accident goes?
As far as that accident goes, a lot of things came to my mind. The first was there was a really stormy weather.
Okay.
After that, considering stormy weather, don't forget that aircraft went to the local, the Air Force base first, and it couldn't land. Then it was referred to the international airport.
I see.
As we were told.
Sorry, do you have a phone on you?
As I've been able to read. Sorry about that. Let me... Where did I even...
Let us keep it. Yeah, okay, so let's go on.
So
sorry about that.
As I was saying, a lot of things came to mind. And my kind of orientation and training, I'm taught to be curious. And when I'm curious, I'm also taught to be dispassionate. I just put it on the table. And let's look at it. If you take it as putting you on the spot, well, if you take it as opening your eyes to probably what you may not have seen well. But then the first thing that came to my mind was the weather was bad.
Yes.
So could it have been the weather? Or could it have been the savvy and experience of the pilot?
What was the rank? What were the ranks of the pilot?
The pilot was There were flight lieutenants, and I particularly wondered, could a flight lieutenant actually be suited to fly a general, not even a lieutenant general, a general? Let me tell you why. You see, a flight lieutenant could be qualified to fly that aircraft with all the experience based on the hours he has put in. Fine. But is he suited? The reason I'm saying so is, if I had to send someone to go on a journey with an elder, I'll most likely send someone who is bonded or who is closer or can bond with the elder. If today you had to pick an ADC for the president, you probably not want to put a flight lieutenant there because he's well dressed, he's smart, he's agile, he's young and what have you. No, you're going to go higher up to someone who is older and more matured. The reason is simple. We have a proverb in my place. They say Gabada Gabanta. What does it mean? That the foremost tip of anything has its own forward too. So imagine I was a young man flying you a general, and I decided, sir, we can't fly. And you said, my friend, get in there, let's go. The rank gap is too much for him to have the confidence to override that decision. If he was older, he will look at him and say, sorry, Your Excellency.
He'll salute him.
Exactly. See this aircraft? We're not going anywhere with it. Conversely, I've worked with companies, national and multinational, and I know the sagis and the acumen of pilots that are sourced, whether privately or not, when my A-team is flying. When I say A-team, I mean high net worth persons, what you can call VIPs. When I'm putting a VIP on board and I call any of these aircraft service providers, you need to see, they even bring you a brief on who is flying you. He may not be 70 or 80 years old, but he's gray with experience. When I say gray with experience, I'm not talking of a decade. You get reckoning immediately when you read his brief. So for me, I know the tradition in the military and I know how the army works. There are certain things that you have to be from Mars to do it as a flight lieutenant. Probably that was the case. They were just too good. But then, I'm telling you that if you looked around and we related this to our private lives here, if you were supposing, if your media brand was going to interview a minister or the president, you're going to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to put your best foot forward.
Well, how could that have happened that this is not to put down the two pilots, God bless their souls.
I'm saying it for their sakes.
Yes.
For their sakes and the sakes of other younger ones. Let me tell you something. That day hasn't been created when a flight lieutenant will actually boldly look at a general and say, sir, he will laugh. He will laugh and he won't even want to punish you because he'll just say, as Orlando Rotimi said in the Goza Not to Blame, there is ignorance that makes a rat to attack a cat. Oh yes. If today you were to have a collection of professors, say from Unilag, of course they are all professors. But trust me, among them there could be professors who were professors even before some professors were born.
But is there anything that could, at the slightest, indicate sabotage?
I don't want to look at that angle yet. Okay? But then the way things are happening, okay, people's minds will actually begin to consider the option of sabotage. Don't forget, this is the third one in 3 months. So even if you don't want to say it's sabotage, how do you begin to speak from a position of sense, logic, and...
The other two, are they sabotage, by the way?
The other two, if you look at the circumstances, and don't forget, they're always under investigation. And this investigation is not something that takes today and tomorrow. We just hear they're under investigation. Investigation is ongoing. And at the end of the day, you don't even know exactly what is happening. Now, the investigation reports may not be released publicly. Yes, I know that. But then there are areas you tend to exploit or leverage upon to manage public confidence. From the investigation report, you could come out with a statement and say, yes, XYZ areas were highlighted, and we want to work on this and be better in these aspects so that going forward we do not have a repetition. So the person that is observing you cannot control his opinion. His opinion is only a function of what is coming across to him, what is seen of you. So I've gotten responses from people saying, no, it's not about age, it's not about rank. But I'm telling you, there are those subtle dynamics that may not be written anywhere that inform these things we're saying.
Okay, because time is never a friend here. By the way, we're on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, in case you want to see us, and our lines will soon be open. But there must be some inquiry going on.
Of course, there
would be.
There's an investigation board.
The two are quite strategic. There was the chief of army staff, and then there was the head of, is that military intelligence?
Yes, there was the head of military intelligence, Kulia, Brigadier General Abdurrahman Umar Kulia, is my cosmate. There was the head of military police, what we call the provost marshal.
Yes.
That's Tajuddin Olainka Lukman, is also my cosmate.
Your cosmate.
And there was Abdul Qadri Idris. We call him Idris Aloma. Idris Aloma was our cosmate because we left secondary school the same year, 87, but he wasn't lucky to have gotten in to the academy. He had to come in a subsequent set. Exactly. So we didn't get in the same year. So we're all children of the same set, if you like. And we grew, we transformed from boys straight into men together up front.
How can we, this question is going to lead to another question, but I'd like us to take it. How, in normal tradition, how do we honor these people?
Oh,
I'm sure you know where I'm going.
I know where you are going, and it was painful. It was daunting. I was crestfallen.
You don't think that the funeral was a proper military whatever?
I'll tell you why. Immediately the news broke on Friday evening, myself and my colleagues in Lagos here, we had to scramble our wives to Ikoyi, where Lukman's wife, Tajuddin Olainka's wife, resided. We saw the need to get, he's our cosmate, she's his wife, but then I think our wives could bond more with her. I was to remain in that apartment till 3:45 or so on Saturday morning. Just being there. It's not as if our being there would change anything.
No.
Now, when it came to, the repose of the soul of the Chief of Army Staff and his 3 senior officers, the least I expected was a national broadcast.
From the president?
From the president. I understand my president is allergic to maybe publicity and media engagements, but nothing stops you from airing a broadcast.
A 5-minute broadcast, yes.
I recall there was a time one of our presidents was supposedly said to have died. Was it? No, but I know former President Obasanjo went to his bedside, and we saw him, and he was even asking him, "Are you dead?" And he said, "No, I'm not." And everybody saw that. That put some kind of balm on anxiety and apprehension levels.
So once again, we're hounded and bonded with the president's reaction that is
honestly
not satisfactory.
It's
by military tradition. Could he have attended that funeral?
Why not?
Okay, what about the argument that says that he needs about 48 hours clearance to be at a place, security clearance, for them to clear the whole area for him? Well, what about that argument?
Well, I'm sure when he went to France and came back, a lot of security was in place, I believe. Now, how far is the cemetery from Aso Rock? Probably a 10-minute drive. And let me tell you, I have seen entire states shut down because the president is visiting?
Yeah.
Will it have been out of place? Will it have been too much to shut Abuja down?
At least for the 1 hour.
Because the president wants to do his alpha soldier, the last honors.
Okay, now, I said this morning that even if he couldn't do that, couldn't he have had a line in state in the villa or whatever it is? Just some kind of show. Would that be out of place? Would that be out of place?
I will not blame him for not having such a thing, because when you look at the protocols and you look at the level of panache and savvy we see based on what is done, you know that certainly those in charge are non-innovative, they have no imagination, and probably are low-grade minded. Probably are low-grade minded, with all emphasis on probably. I tell you why. General Abacha passed on in office.
Yes.
We didn't have a gun carriage. You know what a gun carriage is?
The carriage is...
A gun carriage is a cannon. It's a gun.
Oh, okay.
And it's broad. And that's reserved for burying heroes in any country. It's international.
Yeah. We saw it Prince Philip.
Beautiful.
Yes.
You place... let me even share when an officer, the ADC to one of the field commanders in Liberia, General Malu, when his ADC passed on, he walked beside the officer's casket from where it was taken off the ambulance. He walked all the way to the cemetery.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
President Babangida and General Abacha attended the funeral or line estate of the Air Force officers who died in the crash during their time. I remember, though, Babangida was criticized for finding time to crack a joke there. Yes, but if anything, at least it was there.
I'll even share another one that was further back. This one impacted me vividly because I was a cadet. There was a day while training in the academy, we lost 12 cadets. 12 naval cadets went to sea to do one or two things, and we lost them. And I recall one of them, the late Stanley Omunleri, went to military school with me. And because he was an ex-JAM, we were involved, we were moved. But I recall that each of those cadets, they were cadets, was buried as an officer, a second lieutenant. And the military administrators of their states received their caskets.
Their caskets.
And led the delegation to their homes.
Right. We'll take a short break here now. We need to run a commercial. When we come back, our lines will be open 0700 993 993 993. Now let's get emotional. Let's be very careful when we do whatever. And of course, there's a female line 014657190. Okay, we'll take a short break and then we'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Don't touch that dial. Daily Digest returns in a moment. You know that feeling when you keep downloading and streaming interesting videos, but your mind keeps whispering, continue, your pockets go here. But not anymore. When you subscribe to MTN's affordable and reliable monthly data bundles, you will enjoy 10 gigabyte with just 3,000 naira and 20 gigabyte for 5,000 naira only. Plus, a whopping 4 gigabyte free to stream YouTube videos on your reliable data network. Simply dial *131# to select and turn up your affordable data plan on MTN. Terms and conditions apply. Everywhere you go, MTN. You know that feeling when you keep downloading and streaming interesting videos, but your mind keeps whispering, continue, your pockets go here. But not anymore. When you subscribe to MTN's affordable and reliable monthly data bundles, you will enjoy 10 gigabyte with just 3,000 naira and 20 gigabyte for 5,000 naira only. Plus, a whopping 4 gigabyte free to stream YouTube videos on your reliable data network. Simply dial *131# to select and turn up your affordable data plan on MTN. Terms and conditions apply. Everywhere you go, MTN.
Control on Thursday reported 790 new cases. We're going to talk about the new independent political movement that launched yesterday and says it wants to reform the constitution.
Tune in every weekday and weekends for the best radio programming.
But then again, he found something condemnable. I'm talking about how they've been observing the social distancing and
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back. This is Daily Digest with Jimi Disu.
Right. We're back here. Now, what has the way we've handled this whole process, what do you think it does to the morale of our troops?
If you were a soldier, Uncle Jimmy, and you are at the trenches, and you saw this kind of shabby treatment given to your
Do you think
chief,
it was shabby?
It was. Let's call spade spade. Let's call spade spade. Come on, let's call spade spade. It wasn't tidy, or was it?
No, it wasn't tidy.
So if it wasn't tidy, it's shabby.
Yeah,
I don't use I read English language for 2 years before I went after my passion. My father wanted me to be a lawyer and a draftsman. So he sent me to go and read English first so that when I go into law then to draftsmanship in law, I will make a good draftsman. I just gave him what he wanted, but at a point, the passion in me went back where...
So you think the treatment was...
No. Come on, that wasn't tidy for a general and a chief of army staff of Africa's largest black nation.
Okay, now how do we handle the aftermath of this? 2 strategic persons gone. That's the military chief, that's the intelligence chief, and the chief of army staff. How soon do you think we can get replacements?
One thing I can tell you about the armed forces is there are auxiliary military intelligence and military police chiefs in the wings. The nature of our job is the training is I could go down in battle at any time.
Yes.
There are auxiliary chiefs waiting, I assure you of that. But then how confident
will they be if their job is deemed to be temporary?
Now they know that their graces are limited. Even the soldier in the trench will caution himself. Shora, your God died, see what happened. If you like, go and die for your children. That is what our president doesn't know he has done.
Can that be corrected, though?
It can be corrected, but it will be difficult. You know why? Those soldiers will be asking their commanders questions. And their commanders will be in a tight place. Because it's like facing your children, you know they know the truth. Then you are looking...
Why? Our president is an ex-military man. Surely he would have known this.
I just don't understand, Uncle Jimmy. As I said on another media while I was being interviewed, I said, it's not adding up. These things are not adding up. I'm not getting it.
How soon do you think a new chief of army staff would...
Well, for the public, I mean, for them to announce one, it's all a function of their nuances there. You know how we do it in Nigeria. We'll first of all sit down, we will deliberate, we will look here and look there. But ordinarily, if we were to go the way I know it should be, even when Atairu was alive, we should be able to name in order of preference 5 more who will step right in within 1 minute if they go in that order. Yes. But today we will be seeing lobbies, counter lobbies, things, a lot of things will come in. You know how we do things in Nigeria, all these unnecessary shenanigans we call ceremony.
But in the short time that Atahiru was the chief of army staff, and Dito, do you think he made any impact at all?
Oh, he did.
He did?
He did. He's someone I was close to. We communicate. I contribute what I can, and he responds. And I tell you something about him. Right from the beginning, he's a go-getter. Those who served with him in Liberia will tell you. He's a go-getter. But then again, you know what being a go-getter in Nigeria can cost you.
Yes.
You will never be popular. If you are a go-getter, the bench warmers and the dead weights will not like you. If you recall when he faced the Senate concerning funding,
yes,
that was the most forthright statement I've heard from any service chief. He didn't hide anything. He told them straight on. I just came in this is what I'm seeing. The same concerns you have about funding are the concerns I also have. I'm wondering. And there are a lot of people who wouldn't like it, even within the Senate chambers. Look, we know who we are. We know our nuances. So let's not be surprised about the results we get. I find it a bit hypocritical when certain people from certain quarters will call me and say, Abba, Blade, how will you say this? Or why did you describe this like that? Is there any nice way for describing something that is not nice? No, let's be sincere. How do you describe an unpleasant situation pleasantly? Maybe I went to school in the wrong world, though. But that's me. I'm just telling you what is there. It doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean
and
I
also,
don't support you.
and also, I mean, unless we tell ourselves
The
some home
truths.
yes,
We
won't get
won't
corrected.
go anywhere.
But I'm a bloody civilian. I don't know, but I think
We all used to be.
but I think the earlier we have a chief of army staff announced, so that we can move on, because the security challenges we have now also includes the bloody civilians, and all of us need to be galvanized. But let me ask you, is Shekau dead?
I wouldn't know. He has died like 5 times and then undied again.
So if a cat has 9 lives, he has 4 more to go.
Well, when you come today and say a man is dead, once, twice, thrice, and he shows up, the 5th time, even if he had died genuinely, if you say he's dead, the chances are people will not believe you. They will first of all...
But okay, because the reason why I asked is that, do you think we made much progress since the appointment of Atahiru? Is that his name? Atahiru.
Yes, Atahiru. If we are to isolate everything and just start from day Atahiru, the day he was.
Yes.
For the situation on ground when he came in, there was what I want to call slow, steady progress. There are things I will not bother discussing here on air, but there was slow, calculated, deliberate, steady progress, the results of which we may have started seeing in another 3-4 months' time.
Wow.
Personally, I would not appraise the service chiefs for now. I'll give them 2 quarters.
Yes.
After 2 quarters, I think that's probation period now. And I should be able to look back and say, but if you look at it, within 2 quarters, at the national level, specifically our air capability levels, we've lost 3 aircrafts, like 18 or 17 men. So come the end of Q2, if I were to write an Army, Air Force, Navy appraisal by myself, is it possible to do the appraisal without considering those things? No.
Okay, let's see what our people are saying. Let's take that first call, please. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, you're welcome.
Captain Blair, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All right. Captain Blair, I want to ask you this question, please. If we want to rate the service chief now, from Jonathan era, in terms of minima to Brutai and the present one now, the same thing goes to the Army and the Navy. What will you say about them?
About our service chiefs, well, it all depends. Sorry, I didn't get your name, but that's okay.
He didn't give his name.
That's okay. It all depends on what you want to rate them on. Let me give you an example now. Supposing you wanted to rate them on height, for example. I say Burata was the tallest so far of all the service chiefs. So if you want to rate them, it's a bit broad. You have to be able to, narrow the perspective so that I can respond to you from a more comfortable position.
Okay, let's take another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Who's calling?
My name is Paul.
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Yeah, I want to appreciate the gentleman in your studio there.
Yes.
This is one of the honest Nigerian I have ever come across. And I don't know whether he's retired.
He's retired.
If he's not retired, if he's retired, at what age? Because these are the type of people that can make Nigeria one. no tribalistic, no religious. If this man happens to be maybe in a foreign country, maybe America or Western world, this man will get to the level of being the chief of army staff. I'm telling you the truth. Or never serve. It depends on the capacity he was serving. Because the man is too sound. He's a true Nigerian. He's not painting figures. And just like we have had in the religious books, good people doesn't last much in different capacities.
Thank you very much. Well, this is not America. This is Nigeria. I honestly, sometimes I just cringe a little bit when people make reference. America has its problems just like we have.
Yes,
so
they do.
It's not particularly more. You need to live among, to live in these countries for you to appreciate what we're talking about. We'll take one more call. Hello, good morning.
Uncle Jimmy, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning, Captain Blade.
Good morning.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask a question. Looking at those that died in that plane crash, I'm looking. They are okay. Are they being those two? Can they take over? I didn't. They didn't die. The Olayinkas and the other, those senior officers. Are they qualified to be the?
Okay. Your minute is up. Thank you. We'll answer the question at the end of the program. Let's take another one. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Captain Blade.
Good morning.
Yeah. My name is Ajana for the case of anonymity. I'm speaking to.
We lost that. Please call back. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue our discussion now.
Yes,
Capi, you know that there'd been in the appointment of service chiefs, there'd always been this thing about balancing. Like there's no top security personnel from the southeast and stuff like that. Is this monster going to rear its head now in the appointment of the new service chief?
most probably.
You reckon?
Probably. I say most.
Most probably.
Let me tell you why. You see, we're not speculating here. We're just analyzing what is there.
Yes.
And I'm talking like if I just came to Earth from Mars. So I'm not an earthling. I'm just observing. Okay. So it's dispassionate. If you drew a chart of our service chiefs, okay, and then you decided to append their regions and states of origins to the chart from Welby, the Briton,
yes,
down to Atahiru of blessed memory,
yes,
you're going to see a skew.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were to plot it on a graph, for example, you're going to see a skew. And you know what happens when statisticians say there's a skew, a downward skew. So we need to balance it. And the reason is simple. I have cosmates and we talk soul to soul. You need to see cosmates at it. We can argue, we can fall out with each other. We are cosmates. My subordinate won't try it, and I won't do it to my senior. We can lock the door now and tell ourselves to hell. Then we'll still come back tomorrow and work together as a team. That's the joy of being cosmates. So when we talk soul to soul with my colleagues, I feel them. We went through the same throes, the same woes. We went through the same training. We climbed the same ropes. Some of them even climbed better than me, Seth. We ran the same races. Some of them. And
these colleagues are not necessarily from the north, as it were.
Yes, from anywhere you can.
Anywhere you can think
How
of.
would you feel if you now came from a place where you've put in 35 exemplary years, but that exalted position just doesn't seem to come? Let me turn it another way so that we will understand as bloody civilians, using your words. You are married. You've done everything for a child. And the child is not just forthcoming. You will go to all the doctors, as many as there are. You will keep seeking answers until you pass on. Are you getting what I'm saying? I am not childless, but I feel those who don't have one. And then you see your colleagues whom you did everything together, including playing in the sand, and they are already parading grandchildren. It's a very, very sorry, lonely, and sad place to be. And if we really want to move on, let's not say this boy will fail the exam because of his whatever. Let him go and write it and fail. Let us see. We must come to for that argument. I used to say we must bail our cats. Okay, we must if we really want to move forward. This country is blessed. A Kenyan once told me that Nigeria is like an elephant. They have this belief that an elephant is actually a concentration of all other meat types in the animal kingdom. Any kind of meat you want to see is an elephant. So Nigeria is like an elephant. 200 million people we're talking about.
So the lower ranks, for example, of other origins, what you are implying is that, they might not feel a full sense of belonging.
Even the generals of other origins. Look, once upon a time, let me just be a bit bold now. Once upon a time, a general, a wonderful senior officer called Atompera.
Yes, I remember him.
Yes, from Benue State.
Yes.
Go and check after him which other person from Benue State got to that rank and how long it took. Inyenga.
Yeah, I remember Inyenga. It was a brigadier.
He was the next person. So you now begin to wonder, is it that our own mothers are a different species of women? And that is the cocoa, that is the eye of the needle that is bringing about all this. It's not only within the armed forces, it's a national malaise.
Yeah.
We must let go the past. We must let go to back. Today, when I hear our leaders speaking, they are quoting legends like Zik, Ahmadu Bello. Now, what legends are we creating today for my grandchildren to come and quote? Will I quote them Zik and then my grandchildren to come and quote Zik and the rest?
You heard something like, I wonder if you heard about the Attorney General's statement with this reference to spare parts
of movement. And
yes.
You see, the Attorney General, with all due respect, said some things, and I was like, no, this is not actually supposed to be in the gist of this conversation. I understand that every human being or every citizen has the freedom of movement in Nigeria. That doesn't extend to cows now. Or does it extend to animals? Let's go and read it where it's written.
But even within the context, this is what I say. Even because, look, that issue is just about regulating a business. Even movement must be regulated.
Yes, you see,
you can't, you know.
One thing you see, right from the get-go, when this problem started, I remember saying it loud and clear on another television station. The umbrella body for the Fulani ethnic nationality was actually owning a problem that was not theirs.
Yes, you said so.
You are struggling to own a problem that is not yours because we have what you call hypnotic rhythm. You have now fallen into that hypnotic rhythm of being sectional. And that's what is affecting us. We probably first of all call ourselves our ethnic identity before we even say we are Nigerians. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. The Fulanis I have known since I was born up to a certain day a few years ago don't carry weapons. But I know of cattle rustlers in neighboring West African countries who do so. A few of them pretending to be Fulanis came in here. Yes, they are Fulanis, but they are not us Fulanis. We carry sticks. If you see us, last, you carry a machete.
Yes.
So these ones came, and while you were struggling to own this problem rather than isolating and disowning them as not being of us, your errant sons who were within our ethnic classification also decided, well, we could also drop our own sticks too and carry guns. And then we started justifying it. Some dignitary was saying they needed it to protect their cows. No, that Fulani man you are seeing, that beef you are seeing is a power block. You don't need guns. If you are intelligent and innovative enough, beef, go to the United States and talk about ranchers. The president sits up. They don't need to shoot anybody. It's a blessing that we shoot. Have you ever seen a mechanic village? Why can't we have a rancher's village?
Exactly.
If we cannot take the cattle, and how can you walk all the way from Senegal to Haba? Eh? When you are carrying, if you see 1,000 garki of cattle, we have garki, we have ardo, you will not understand.
I don't understand now.
If you know how much one cow costs, and you see that lonely Fulani man who is parading 800 to 1,000 of them and passing, if they had consolidated properly, you will stop traffic for him and greet him, because he's a multi-billionaire. And when I say multi-billionaire, I mean, if you took cattle to the average market today, you just sell a cow. If you ranch, every single thing in that cattle costs money. So where you are selling a cow for 350, you ranch and get 800 or close to that on a cow, because the bones, the skin,
even the feces,
the chief,
his manure,
the hoofs, the meat, the milk, the horns, you name it.
Let me ask you before we go, because I'm looking at the time. There's been this recent agitation. It's on the increase now. You talk of IPOB, you talk of the agitators for Dudua Republic, and so on and so forth. From a security standpoint, are we handling these issues well?
No. And it's not about the security agencies, Army, Air Force, and police. No. Let me tell you. Early in the day again, I said something about the way our office holders were carrying on with the business of state's craftsmanship. It's virtually zero. You see, state's craftsmanship is what decides the majesty and the reckoning the followers have for the leader. And once the leader has lost the reckoning and the followership, then the majesty of leadership is lost. And once that happens, you're not going to see those who are meant to enforce leadership or enforce the statutes of state find it any easier. So when you are looking at a situation of what the average Nigerian politician is wont to do, most of them, and I again deliberately use this word, are reprobates. No principles. In the morning, you are PDP. By lunchtime, you are APC. By dinner time, you are back to PDP. And tomorrow morning breakfast, you are in APC again. What are you passing on? That's why I said, our leaders building legends for our grandchildren.
So you think the problem is much more political than
you see,
security?
Miles Monroe of blessed memory said something. He said, a pack of puppies led by a lion become lions, and a pack of lions led by a puppy
become puppies.
When you go anywhere today,
oh my God!
When you go anywhere today and produce your green passport, they're not seeing you. They are seeing the equity and integrity levels of your leader. Because out there they believe that you put your best foot forward, and if your best foot is doing this kind of thing, then have
we put our best foot forward?
I don't think so. And we're not putting our best foot forward again, I have said, in other fora, because we are not results driven. Somebody is stealing, and you see some people say, yes, he's from our village, he's our thief. Let him steal, it's our turn. Even when what he's doing is affecting them directly.
Yeah. I need to take one or two more calls, okay? So I can.
Please do.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes, morning.
Good morning. Captain, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, my name is Mark Harry, and I'm calling from Ekwe.
Yes.
Good morning,
I want to first start by saying that the people who are complaining about your invitation of Captain Blade have not taken time to listen to him for 3 minutes consecutively. If they have, they will change their mind. Then, I just want to thank Captain Blade again, because he has yet again wowed us. Let me just say this. The mien of General Buhari as he then was, and President Buhari as we are seeing him today, don't add up. I just took a quote from Captain Blade and I beefed, I added a beef to it.
What is the quote?
He said, you asked me a question about...
what is it? God tell us the quote.
And he said, they don't add up.
Oh, that's of course. I thought it was one of lions and whatever, but it's okay.
No.
All right, I just got 5 minutes more to go. Anybody on the female line? Yeah, let me take one there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning. This is not a female. That one a man.
Hello, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You be man or woman?
A woman.
Ah, thank God. What's your name, madam?
I'm Chinyere.
Morning, Madam Chinyere. Kedu?
Yeah, the man.
How you going quickly?
I've been fan of Captain Blade.
You're a fan of his?
The Captain Blade, I've been hearing him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chinyere. Kedu?
The man.
Kedu mwaka wa half
Is it?
I'm a Nigerian. Oh.
I know.
I have very close friends who
God
are
bless
from
you.
this.
God bless you for being
Amen,
sincere.
oh,
That is the
amen.
kind of people we want. I
Thank
pray
you.
that God will help you.
Thank you. All right, madam. I'll take my last caller for today. Hello, good morning.
Uncle Jimmy, good morning.
Morning. Ambassador Musbah, go quickly.
Me, man, Captain Blade, God bless you, sir.
Good morning. Amen.
For your support, for enlightenment viewers on this program. Now, I want to ask one question, quickly. And I want to just answer this question, think very well. You know, this lady pilot that was killed.
Oh, yes.
That I would add the word to this, and then to the game where a pilot, the Air Force pilot jet mistarget those who are coming to rescue, those who are the Boko who are playing the camel at the military village. These two, add these two together intelligently. What do you think of this?
Well, okay. Do you understand what the question?
I try to, but let me respond.
Well, if you don't understand the question, it'd be difficult to produce an
No,
answer.
I just want to correct something he said.
Yes.
Our very own Arotile was not killed. She died in an accident, as we're told.
Yes.
But, the dynamics of the accident is where the questions
begin to
come.
come. Well, we'll have to leave that. We got to go. Thank you very much, Cappy.
You're welcome, sir.
God bless you. As usual, once I call for you or whatever, you're always willing to be there. That's where we'll end it for today. Kelvin is going to be on Diabomi tomorrow. Kelvin
Why
is
the emphasis on
everywhere. In fact, the guy who did the promo, who did the flyer said, "What is his surname?" I said, "Kelvin has no surname." Kelvin is Kelvin. He's my Kalakuta brother. And so he'll be here tomorrow to do Diabomi with me. It will be a nice relief from all the tragic stories that we're hearing tomorrow. Indeed. And then on Thursday, I'm going to have close to about 6 kids here. They'll come in twos. And out of those 6 are the 2 kids who, one is about 7, I think, the other is about 5, who call me my name. They call me to my name, Jimi Disu. I want to see if they are going to try that here. But we are going to, on Thursday, we are just going to, remember it's Children's Day, so the children will be at home. We'll just sit down, have fun, sing, and make ourselves happy.
Tomorrow's people.
Yes, tomorrow's people. And every time I think of children, I remember Carlos Santana's song that says, "Let the children play."
Let the children play.
Let the children play. Just leave them, let them. On Thursday, they will just express themselves. They will get some things right, as long as they don't break any microphone here. But I will just leave them, and they will just express themselves. You get to, all the Jagwajantis they want to say, you will listen to it. It's not going to be the first time, and I hope it won't be the last that I'll do that. And then on Friday, Mrs. Titi Vival will be here. Viva Deni will be here. And she's from the Lagos State Ministry. If there's one thing I'm proud of my state for, is their war on domestic violence. If you have ever taken a case to the Ministry of Justice, Department of Domestic Violence, if you've ever been there, ironically, most of the lawyers are women.
Of course.
And they are tough.
Mrs.
Oseni, good morning. About my head, though.
These
women are tough.
I don't know what it is.
They will finish.
Women lawyers can be very.
These ones are even tougher. They are tougher. So we will have with Vadini, and then on Saturday, of course, we are going to be talking about parenting. I apologize for what happened on Saturday. On Saturday, there was fumigation, and I didn't know about it. So when I got to the studio with Gbemi, we couldn't run the program. We'll find a way to do that. We got to go. The techers are here. Thank you very much, Zainab. I like your new hairstyle. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Philip. Come out from the pillar now. You are safe to go to the door. We'll see you tomorrow 9 o'clock. Bye.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.